Hey, it's Chris McClure once again as we continue to walk through the different essential actions from my book, The Magnetic Leader. And today we're going to look at one that I think can be really fun when we really understand this concept and this idea. So, what is it? Well, it is about giving generously. The Magnetic Leader gives generously. At the beginning of this chapter, I tell the story of a retired businessman that I met 15 years ago now, and he was one of the most generous people that I've ever met. And in fact, he was so generous that I remember telling my wife, someday I want to be like Don. I want to be like this man who is as generous as he is to the people around him, that he's excited and enthusiastic to give to those, not just those who have a need, but he gives out of his abundance because he'd been successful and he really wanted to help other people just in little tangible ways. Now, his little ways were little to him, but they were big to me and to some colleagues of mine. And I share that story in this chapter. But there are three questions that I deal with in this chapter that help all of us give more generously. And the first question is this: is what do you have? What do you have? See, we all have some sort of possessions. You may not have as much money or material goods as the next person, but maybe you have more. See, it all starts with what we have. Generosity isn't so much about how much is in our bank accounts or how much we have in our homes, how full our closets are, how full our pantries are. It's an attitude of the heart. And so when you give generously, you start to think about, well, what do I already have that maybe somebody else may need or want that could better their lives? And I share about that question that we have to ask that of ourselves regularly, because there's plenty that we have that we could give to others generously, whether they be in our workplace environments or whether they be out in our community. The second question is, what is the need? So first you kind of do an assessment of what do I actually have at my disposal to give, but then you have to look around at what is the actual need. And you have to kind of dig deep sometimes, because there's these surface level needs that we hear about, and you can meet those needs for sure. But many times there's a deeper need that's kind of hiding under the surface that you may be able to really help in that situation and make a bigger impact. So what do you have? What is the need? And then finally, how can you help? How can you help? What is it that you can do? Sometimes it is giving money. Sometimes it's writing the check to a nonprofit or helping somebody with cash that may be short right now. Many times it's about the material things that you already have that maybe you don't use anymore. We have closets, we have storage sheds, we have, the industry of just storage units just continues to be on the rise, it seems like, because we have so much stuff that our houses are just overflowing many times with possessions. And a lot of those possessions that we may not even really need anymore or use anymore could be just what the next person needs. And so when you ask yourself those questions, what do you have? What is the need? And how can you help? Then you can start to understand how you can become more generous with your life. And when you treat your followers with generosity, when you treat your family with generosity, your community with generosity, you become the kind of person that people want to be around. That is very attractive. They want to be around you to be a part of what you're doing. Now, can some people come alongside you just wanting to get what you have to give? Sure, sure. People will take advantage. We understand that. But let's err on the side of generosity rather than skepticism. And let's trust that the people that say they have a need truly have a need. But let's just have a heart for those in need, and to give generously in whatever way we can, that we have the opportunity as well as the resources to meet those needs. So that's essential action number three. And I just want to encourage you, let that be an encouraging chapter to you so that you can become a more generous person as a leader, as a man or a woman in your community, because we need more generosity in our world if you look around. So take care until next time.